Hi, people. Welcome.
Where does this lead over the next 3 to 5 years with this narcissistic, you know, society, I guess, that's been built in this way? What happens for people in relationships? Are people able to find intimacy and connection and stay committed and be actually happy and in a healthy relationship, or is it only going to get worse?
It leads to intense and pervasive loneliness, unfortunately.
Really?
And it
Wow.
probably will only get worse. Unfortunately, until we wake up to the impact of technology, both on men and women, it's going to lead to a complete identity crisis, external kind of extrinsic values that don't benefit anybody, which then manifests in depression and loneliness, self-inflicted depression and loneliness. Yeah, when I say depression and loneliness, it's not like I have a disease or anything. It's self-inflicted through poor choices. So unfortunately, it's going to lead to men not being able to commit to women because they can get all of the joys of sexual relationships without having to invest, and women not being able to commit to men because they can get all the validation of male attention without having to adapt and change themselves according to the needs of the relationship.
What happens when men and women never commit?
They find themselves unable to put somebody else's well-being above their own. So we're creating people who are entirely individualistic, deprived of responsibility, and unable to care and nurture for others because they're not putting somebody else's well-being above theirs. When you are unable to commit, essentially you wake up every single day saying, what do I want to do? What do I want to do today? And as nice and as freeing as that is, it deprives you of human responsibility. And in order to truly become something, we're designed to be responsible. We're designed to be valuable. We're designed to serve others. This is how we've evolved. So becoming completely individualistic leads to a sense of lonely narcissism, I believe.
What is the age generation of, in your opinion, of the highest amount of narcissistic men and women? Is it people from 15 to 22? Is it 20s to 30s? Like, what is the age group that you see as the most extreme narcissist?
I would imagine it would be from 15 to 25. This is without actual...
God. A lot of young people are in problems, man. I can't even think about it. Like you, 15 to 22, as long as you are a Gen Z, you are a social media person, you would suffer oh God. Like you'll be suffering mentally, and if you can't get that kind of validation, if you are lonely in your society, that's why sometimes I just go out, not out for people that know me, they'll know that I don't go out, but I just talk to people. I just like association. You understand, God.
Imagine, so because they're raised to serve their desires, not serve others. We have raised children to serve themselves in every way.
Come on, you're raised to serve your desires and not serve others. But God raised you to serve others and not your desires. The Bible says in Galatians that do not gratify the deeds of the flesh. Come on, the Bible is true. Come on, God.
Shape and form. So whether that is through pornographic intimacy, sending each other Snapchats of each other nude. This is something that was alien. Like in our generation, it was unheard of. But the average 12-year-old is now put under pressure to send nudes to the other average. And one thing I had
Really? 12-year-olds?
12-year-olds. I used to be a teacher, so I used to experience this a lot, where
they're just sending nudes on Snapchat to each other?
To each other. Coerced to all.
Your child is in trouble.
Just to get more attention, right?
Yeah.
Or to get...
And what's so weird is when you work with children, we're always told about predators, and we're always told about sexual assault from old predators. But you would be so surprised at the level and age of sexual predators now. They're aged between 12 and 15 now. 12 to 15-year-olds are now becoming predatory because they're so saturated by sex that they've dehumanized connection, and they see it as part of growing up.
Well, I mean, why would a 12 or 13 or 15-year-old girl send a nude to another 12, 13 or 15-year-old boy?
Because they're growing up with role models who post on OnlyFans.
Oh my God.
That you don't actually need an education. You can make $50,000 a month if you just post the right pictures online. So when you are told that, and you are bored to death in a maths class, and you're being told to learn about parameters of a rectangle that you don't care about, or you can see a really sexy girl talk about how much money she's making, where is a child going to go? Particularly when they're not raised in a home or environment which boosts their self-esteem and emphasizes internal morals. So why are our children going to go? It's not their fault at all. It's the society we've created and what we've glamorized and highlighted for children.
That's interesting because Martha, my girlfriend, she'll say that her dad did a really great job when she was, 10, 11, 12, 13, when boys started to show attention, right?
Yeah.
He did a really great job. I'm paraphrasing what she told me, that he used to say, listen, guys are going to tell you you're beautiful. You already know that.
Yeah.
So don't be.
Come on, I just said that. I just said that. God. People are going to tell you you're beautiful, but you should already know that. Come on. You should already know that you're beautiful. You should already know that you're attractive. You should already know that you catch someone's eye. No matter how in the image of God you are, beautifully or fearfully made, you are in someone's eye. Beauty, they say, is in the eyes of the beholder. So don't go out there and seek people's validation that are not going to make you more of a person than you already are. Come on, I'm enjoying this.
Be wowed when they say you're beautiful, you're pretty, you look attractive. Like, know that you have other values to contribute. And if they don't see those other things, then okay, just they're friends, but don't buy into that type of game.
Well, don't let that be the most interesting thing about you. And what I find a little bit strange about being online is I'll get a lot of comments about my makeup and my appearance or whatever it is, which is very, very nice. But I didn't understand why that would even be part of the conversation. And I would imagine it's because they assume that if you have a certain appearance, why would you even bother working on your education? Because they almost see it as binary. If you've got...
Now, let me say this at this point. Your appearance is not a way to make money. Like, your physique is not a way to make money for yourself. Like, you can't say that because I look like this, I can be a porn artist, I can be a OnlyFans person. There are other values that you need here. There are mindsets that you need to have here that should be the core of your life. If somebody can't see beyond the physical outlook that you have, then the person is not good enough to be with you. If someone stays with you for your body, then the person is not good enough to stay with you. Please, 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 because of God, understand this. Please.
One, you don't need the other. But you absolutely need the other. You absolutely, because it's the only thing that will exist forever. Your looks is the only depreciating asset you have.
Come on.
So why would you want to derive your value from it and your self-esteem from it? We know it's depreciating.